Hi. I think anybody who is publishing anything online today, they're all facing the same challenge. And that challenge is really engagement. That means how do you get people to click your content? How do you get people to like your content? And how do you get people to spend more time on your site? Now, banner ads doesn't really work, and people really don't like advertising on mobile. And more people are pretty irritated in getting anything that is out of context. What's happening at the same time is that images matter big time. There is a trend that people actually prefer to consume the web through images, and it leads to the thing that all of us today have our own image streams. We use different services, and mostly those image streams are consumed through mobile. So what we do is that we make it very easy to add any content from the web on those images and make that as an increased engagement and make those images actually work for you. So this means that you can take any picture, you can add sound, you can add video, you can add Wikipedia, you can add any third-party service and make it look nice in this little rich media tag, and you can just then basically drag and drop on your image and make it as a navigational experience. So this is a little bit like turning the web upside down, isn't it? It's not anymore images are only illustration next to the text, but actually image is the platform on which you serve the text. Now, let me show, this is certainly changing the way that publishers are thinking about what are they serving, how they are serving their content, especially on the mobile. But I think that we're also on the verge of a bigger change in personal publishing, and we believe that in a couple of years, when you move your mouse over on top of an image, and if nothing happens, you're like, what? This is empty. There is nothing here. So interactive images are here to stay, and here are a couple of examples, concrete use cases for you as inspiration. Greeting cards is a natural thing. Imagine when you get a card from your friend that has her favorite music or has a nice little greeting that's just recorded for you. That's certainly more touching than a paper card or the regular e-card. We believe that a lot of people actually would like to put their favorite music on top of their images. That might be party images, whatever. They might like to send nice thank you cards after dinner or so on. Products and things. Still, one of the biggest use cases is identifying in a photo what is this. So we have a lot of gear enthusiasts who like to share the kind of things that they own, and they like to recommend equipment to their friends. So they say what it is. Sometimes they add a tag to a web shop so that friends can also buy the same gear. Some people like to tag images of their home, show what they have there. And fashion is, of course, a natural use case. So people tag their outfits, what they're wearing. They are creating nice collages of different kind of items that they'd like to recommend. People can tag recipes on top of images. They can identify plants in a garden or in a forest. So it's really your imagination is the limitation. This is one of my favorite use cases. And by the way, when you try ThingLink for the first time, I encourage you to make an interactive profile image for yourself. So what you can do is that take one of your images, whether upload it to ThingLink or enable ThingLink on your blog, and then put your Twitter handle or your Facebook page, or perhaps you want to put link to YouTube, to your earlier presentation. So it becomes this nice experience. Your friends can share it, you can embed it on different pages, it works across the platforms, you can embed it in Facebook if you want. It makes your images alive, and it makes people stay longer on your page. We believe that, for example, a lot of dating services would be interested in the ability to add your voice on top of your profile image. That's certainly a more interesting and rich experience. Education is going to be very interesting and big. We are at the moment talking with a lot of teachers, ed tech people in the US, collaborating with schools where teachers are assigning their students to make lectures in the form of interactive images. So here is an image of a neuron, which is fantastic. You can go and discover and explore, hear one of the best presentations about the structure of the neuron. You can zoom in different details of the picture. It's lovely. People love this because kids only need their forefinger to explore. It's certainly more exciting than to read a textbook. Album covers and posters, this is where we started. So ThingLink has been used by a lot of record labels, a lot of artists, because it's there in that area, images has always been one of the most important engaging elements. We used to glue posters on our wall, but with the CDs, the album covers are kind of gone. So a lot of artists are creating this new interactive experience. They're adding a sample track of their latest album, they add some pictures, some exclusive material for their fans, and then they tell their fans that, hey, here is a nice interactive picture, go ahead and embed this on your blog. For example, a band called Evanescence did this, and 200 fans embedded the interactive image on their blog, and you can imagine what that does to the traffic. Here is also an example of the statistics. So, for example, this image got 14,000 views. Previously, it was only image views. It doesn't convert into anything useful. But now with ThingLink, this image also got 17,000 clicks. And that might go to the Amazon store, that might go to your YouTube video, whatever you put on the image. Here is another interesting example of the engagement. Here, EMI in London made 2 campaigns, one for Pink Floyd, one for Gorillaz. This image was a huge discovery image, so they told their fans that go and explore this, see what we have hidden in this image. You can imagine that it was pretty exciting for us to see that actually 83% click through this image. 83% of the fan went to trouble and found those little spots and clicked through. And we've noticed that the better the curation, the better the engagement. So it's not the mere existence of the link that makes people click, it's really the context. On the mobile, touch is really the new click. So a lot of publishers, a lot of bloggers, it's a new thing for them when they can suddenly actually know how many people have touched their image. Touch is an indication of engagement. Actually, we're just implementing a notification system with the touch, and this is we're thinking, what would be the nicest way to use this word touch? Let's see what we come up with. But anyway, the point is that agencies, brands, publishers, suddenly they get better information what kind of content is interesting for the users, what people engage with, what they don't engage with. Also, this cuts the production cost. For a campaign like this cuts the production cost over 50% because making this kind of image with ThingLink takes about an hour. If you have the content, it takes an hour when you position the tags and change the icons and so on. So the production cost, you don't have to touch the code at all to make these kind of campaigns. Anybody can make them. Now, we believe that, as I said, that in the future, there is a layer of links on top of this world. We are one of the companies, we want to be the layer, and we want to offer an easy way to add content on images now, but also in the future, physical objects. So we also believe that every service who have images, they will look into what is the easiest way to offer image tagging for their users. Whether you can build it yourself, it takes at least a year and 900,000 euros, and it's quite hard to make it stable across the platforms. We have also tried to make it very easy, so offer something like called ThingLink Connect. You can integrate ThingLink in one day onto your service. Thank you very much. Please come talk to me. I'd love to show more examples, tell more about the technology. You can reach me. I'll be here for the next 2 days. Thank you.